No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the USC Trojans, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Bruins will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Ross. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help him out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. To the air, it's Fafita. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. No room for return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Great place to start for this offense. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. There he goes. Got some room in to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA. Quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ross. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
Yeah, the basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it, but you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Rolling right and going deep. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Steps away to find some room. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stacks, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Quick completion on the out route. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progression.
Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls back.
And the Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Almost had the completion, just missed it. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the ball will come to rest just inside the 40-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Makes the catch. It's Thomas. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air. It's Iamaleava. It's complete to the right. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Once that ball... This offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Now, these wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarm did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
The Bruins are on the move. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Pushes ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Trojans will hustle to the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need...
Makes the catch down the right side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. That type of big play can even make Traveler perk up and take notice.
And, man, when I think about USC and just their pass, I just think about explosive playmakers, making explosive plays down the field, finding those big wide receivers, making big plays.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Breaks into the open on the left, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, USC. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. South Carolina is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Jadeveon Clowney had a hand in getting this kid to Columbia, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing.
Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean. They are so sweet. You know this game means a lot late in the season every year.
This is definitely my favorite uniform game of the year, every year in college football, right? Both USC and UCLA with the home unis here in this great environment. But the game also means so much as well, and that's why there's this heightened sense of electricity and energy every time these two teams play.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Right on the money. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
So now it's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Trojans are flying down the field. The short hands, it's Jordan.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
To the air on second down. Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
Fires to the right. Got his man. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. They're working that left side. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to throw it again. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Another incompletion on third down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Going right to work up top. Quickly complete. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Right down the middle. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll game. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Scanning the field, it's Maiava. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The victory bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool, and the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about, and these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the victory bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Moving away from pressure. Throws to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready.
And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Lane. Got enough space. Touchdown, Trojans. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass. It's Maiava. Pocket breaking down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He fires a bullet to the right. It's caught. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, UCLA!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air. It's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Turning and firing back to the right, that's risky. He's got it on the outside. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Bruins want to move quickly.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. To the air, it's Iamaleava. It's on target and complete. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
A long way to go on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Mayava. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Bruins. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
What a great play. He gets the pick six, but that started with pressure on the quarterback. Getting in his lap, hitting him while he's throwing the football. The ball is off target. The defense makes the play and takes it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by a field goal over Florida State. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to...
Touchdown, UCLA! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ross. Makes a move. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. First play of the drive comes from the 38. From the gun. Give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quick completion to the right. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, USC.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. On the move at the 30. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense
got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man by himself. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
I I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long.
That's a live ball. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And I like that this offense is continuing to try to stay balanced and hand him the football and show confidence. He put the ball on the deck last week. They still rewarded him, still giving him the football. But, man, you cannot continue to put the ball on the ground and expect to continue to get carries.
Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Jordan. And this one will be stopped for no gain. After the short completion, do they go for the big one on 3rd down? And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Trojans will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Rushes on him. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Wants to throw on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football, almost had the big play.
Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He lets it fly. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Trojans. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point was good.
That makes the score UCLA 56, USC.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered.
56, USC 35.
They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
And the Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Goes to the option. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, Whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of the game.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
They'll try the right side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
The Bruins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Gets it to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. Third and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback making checks. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. First down and more. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Some might have the philosophy of milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Let's go!
Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thomas. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? On the option. Quick toss. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. This isn't the only victory bell in college football, but it is the one that weighs nearly 300 pounds. And this season, it will find its home in Westwood as UCLA takes down USC. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.